Hello friends, this is Dr. Thomas Abraham, and I recently wrote the Foreign Medical Graduate Examination August 2020, and I passed with 190 plus scores in my very first attempt. So I thought to make a video about the strategy that I used to pass this exam, and because strategy is the key, it's the strategy that can help you cross 150, because we may all do hard work but yet we may not get the results, so we must do the skillful learning, the skillful hard work. Yeah. So in this video I'm going to section it out. In the beginning I'm going to talk about the latest pattern of FMG examination, and then I'm going to talk about how I prepared for my examination, and then at the end I'm going to talk about how you should prepare for the examination. Now the latest pattern is way different. It is more clinical, concept based and concept oriented questions. Just to give you an example, there was a question of megaloblastic anemia, and we know that the option will be which deficiency, which vitamin deficiencies. There was vitamin B12, folic acid, and in the base of the question we always look for the neurological examination. Yeah, because if there is neurological deficits are there, then it is vitamin B12 deficiency, and if neurologic deficits are not there, it is folic acid deficiency. But in this paper they didn't mention anything about the neurologic deficits. They mentioned about megaloblastic anemia, and in the base of the question there was this word that Schilling test is normal. Now that is where many of the students couldn't make it right. Many of them chose B12 deficiency. Schilling test is abnormal in B12 deficiency, and in folic acid deficiency the Schilling test was normal. So in the base of the question they mentioned that the Schilling test is normal. Now what will be the option? It will be folic acid. So that is where the concepts that's going to define and help you differentiate between the options. Yeah. And 3 to 4% were one word questions, and then 20 to 30% of questions were image based. In the image they may give you an x-ray or a CT finding, or there may be a pathology slides in which you have to find out what was the answer. So almost 20 to 30% were image based. So you know how important it is to go through the images while you are studying for while you are preparing for the examination. Most of the time we just go through the lines and we forget to look for the images. Images are the most important, guys, and it can help you understand the topic well and also crack this examination. Now, how I prepared for the FMG examination, I went for a coaching. Actually, for the 1.5 months I did the coaching, and I knew that it was too hectic for me, going for 8 to 9 hours a day, and at the end of the day I was too tired to even revise what I wrote in the coachings. And also there was this coronavirus pandemic, so all the coachings were stopped. So eventually I went on to prep ladder. Prep ladder was my lifesaver. So what I did was, like, few subjects that I did from the coaching, I studied those subjects from my notes itself. The rest of the subjects, I mean, I did only around 4 or 5 subjects from the coaching. The rest of the 12 to 13 subjects I did from prep ladder. Now I knew that few subjects I was strong in, but there were few subjects I know that I was very weak, because we have never done those subjects in abroad. So these subjects were forensic medicine, the PSM, the ENT, and the ophthalmology. So these 4 subjects in which I was very weak in. So I thought to watch the main lectures of prep ladder for these 4 to 5 subjects, which are forensic medicine, ophthalmology, ENT, and PSM. PSM was the most important of all. Now, because PSM, there were around 35 questions, and if you watch the main lectures of PSM, you may crack down 25 questions. So you must do the main lectures of PSM. Now, after doing these main lectures, rest there were around 8 subjects. For all the rest 8 subjects, I did rapid revision, and I solved all the questions of rapid revision. That was very helpful. In the rapid revision questions, you will find in the description of those questions the answers and also the related things. I may say that 50 to 70% of questions were from the description of the rapid revision questions. So don't forget to do the questions. We sometimes we think that okay, let's just do the notes. Yeah, notes is not enough. Do the questions as well. So that's what I did. I solved as many questions as possible along with the rapid revision lectures. Now there were around 20 days left for me after finishing the entire course to revise. 20 to 25 days, and I started revising subjects, and I was able to do revision only once, and that too of not all subjects. Third thing which I did was, when I was watching the lectures and I was solving the questions, I highlighted the questions. You get the option to highlight in the prep ladder. So what I did, I highlighted those questions in which I knew that I may forget this, so I highlighted those, and at the end of my preparation, when I was revising, I went on to those highlighted questions and I looked back, because that was most important. So the mistake that I made was giving less time for revision. Revision is the most important thing, and I gave less time to it, and that's why I was not able to answer a few of the questions. Yeah, but anyway, now I'm going to talk about how you should prepare, because it's all about you. This video is all about you, to help you get 150 plus. Now, based on my mistake, I gave 20 to 25 days for revision. You must give around 45 days. That is around 1.5 months for revision. It is must, and I must say must. There are three kinds of students that are watching me right now. One is those who are in med school and who have around 1 to 2 years to go to write the FMG examination. And the second is those students who are having 6 months ahead to write or to give the FMG examination. And the last category is those who are having just 3 months to go and write there is your examination. Now, those students who are in med school, who are watching me and who are in med school, let me say this: do and study concept based. Don't think that learning one liners will help you crack this exam, and it's not like one day. You can't build up the entire concepts in one day. It's a process, and you may learn this in med school. Start learning the books which the university tells you. Start reading them, and eventually you may build up on your concepts. And because this exam is completely concept oriented, if your concepts are strong, 150 plus for sure. So in med school, if you are there, start building on your concepts. And the second thing is, if you have 6 months, like me, I didn't prepare anything for FMG examination specifically. I was preparing for my university examination, but I was preparing well. So my concepts were a bit stronger. And once I landed in India, I have 6 months to go, and in 6 months I had the examination. Now, if you are having 6 months to, I may give you a strategy to help you get better of it. Get a prep ladder subscription. Going for a coaching, I will not suggest. For me, it's not possible. I would rather sit at home and study. If you are wanting to do the same, sit at home and prepare well, then this is the best for you. Get a prep ladder subscription, and then I'll tell you few subjects. These few subjects you must watch the main lectures, and these few subjects are: number one, PSM. PSM is must. You must watch the main lectures, because you can easily get 30 out of 35 in PSM if you watch the main lectures. So for PSM, you must watch forensic medicine, ENT, ophthalmology, obstetrics and gynecology. Obstetrics and gynecology is very easy subject, and you can get 30 out of 30, guys. And then you have pathology, physiology and pharmacology. These were the main subjects that you must watch main lectures. And the rest of the subjects, you may watch the rapid revision and solve questions. So when you watch the main lectures, main subjects which I said, when you watch the lectures, along with that, solve the questions and highlight them, whichever you want to read back again. And when you do the rapid revision also, highlight the questions that you want to go back and look and watch rapid revision. Yeah. So, and at the end, many of us are only having 3 months 3 months left to write the FMG examination, and now we are thinking, well, what should I study? Should I study the main lectures? Should I study the rapid revisions? Should I just solve the questions? Now here is a strategy, a small strategy that can help you. Don't do any of the main lectures. Just do rapid revision and solve the questions. And while solving the questions, you must solve, all of must solve the previous year questions, because somewhere down in the description of the previous year questions you may find lot of questions coming. I found almost 50% of questions from the descriptions of the questions that I gave, that I practiced in the prep ladder. So do all the questions well, read the description, and if you have just having 3 months, watch the rapid revision, solve the questions and also the previous year questions. So this will be the strategy for you guys. At the end, don't lose hope and give your best, guys, and at the end God will help you out crack this exam. So do your best, give your best. The last part, in the description down below you have links for the notes, for the PDFs that I have personally used and have personally highlighted them, added extra things in them, so you may go through that. These are some notes that I have studied myself and you may go through them. And there is also one more link in which you may find all the books for FMG preparation. Go on to choose a trusted source where you know that the faculties are amazing and they're going to give you the right answer. So go for the trusted source, give the exam well, and let me know if this video will help you, or if this video has helped you out. You can comment down below if you want to ask me anything more, or if you have any more doubts. Definitely I'll try to reply you as early as possible. So stay tuned, guys, and all the best.